Amateur coaches. To lead off this category, please welcome Linda Adams. Linda is a former field hockey coach at Eastridge High School. In her 40-plus years as a varsity coach, she and her teams earned 10 league championships, 9 Section 5 championships, and 5 regional championships.
Hey, Linda!
What is it that makes a coach great? Is it how many wins they have? Is it the number of titles they've claimed? Or is it more than that? Is it the lessons you teach and the impact you have on the people learning them? For Linda Adams, it is all of those things. Linda has been at Eastridge High School as a coach for 50 years, leading a field hockey program that became a powerhouse in the 1990s, winning 7 sectional titles during that decade.
Nice game, Brian! Thank you, officials! We love you, fans! We love you, Mr. Adams!
Earlier this month, she was recognized by the program for her longtime career. She started with varsity. Now, she's heading the modified program. Her success on the field was always right there in black and white, but it took her a while to realize the impact she was truly having.
I don't think I got it maybe the first 10 years, and then I would say maybe in the next batch of years, and I don't know but people started sending me a note to thank me for what they did, what I did when they were in school. And what they would bring up in those notes made me realize that they weren't thanking me for wins. They were very specific often, and it was maybe a single day, a single sentence, but so I was very aware from that point on for all the rest of the year since then that every day, every practice, every game, you have no idea if something that you're going to say or do is going to make a difference.
For the former players who came from all over to pay tribute to their former coach, that influence was always there.
She's been probably the most influential female in my life, outside of a mom, of course. I always wanted to be like her because that's how good she was. And when she coached us, she taught us about the sport, but the things she taught us more than that was how to be good people, follow the rules. She set such a great example for all of us. And I can name 20 people that just put her on such a pedestal and kind of wanted to be like her when we, quote, grew up.
A half a century. That's a long time to be a coach. Heck, that's a long time to be anything. In calendar terms it is. But when the memories come back, it seems like no time at all.
50 years sounds like a long time, but to me it doesn't seem long at all. In my head, I can picture people and what they said or things that happened, and it's a good thing.
Maybe one of the more amazing things about her coaching career is that she never had the chance to play like these girls do. There was no such thing as high school sports for girls when she was their age.
Okay, so I'm pre-Title IX, so the kids nowadays will ask whether or not, did you play? No. I never played field hockey until I was in college. It was a class I had to take. I was not on any sports teams in high school. All they had was intramurals, but we had this awesome intramural program. So I was on intramural teams every day of the week, all 4 years. Huge influence. Then I get to go to Brockport for phys ed, try out for teams. I'm making teams. I thought I died and went to heaven. Then I get a job as a phys ed teacher, and they had honor teams, and you did all your own work. You found people to play against. You arranged for your own officials.
Yes, through the years, Adams has done just about everything, except for one.
The only thing I don't think I've done is driven a school bus. Didn't get one of those special licenses. So as they started having the league, and I did other sports other than field hockey, I kind of lived through Title IX, its arrival and how it's progressed. A lot of good things, some things that don't really thrill me, but we don't need to go into that.
Her approach as a coach was always pretty simple. Do your best. If that's good enough to make us successful, that's great. But your actions will carry more weight than your accomplishments on the field.
Our thing was we had a tradition, and it got passed on and on and on. So a lot of these kids did a really good job, and the next group followed their example. And then we always said we were pursuing excellence. so that we could try to be the best that we could be. And if it happened that it ended up with the championship, that was like a bonus. But we would always try to have a tradition of excellence and be in the pursuit of excellence. And they bought into it. Very big on representing themselves, their families, Eastridge program, Eastridge field hockey. That's very important to us.
Coaching for as long as she has been has another benefit. It has given her the motivation to look for constant ways to improve both herself and her players.
I'm always looking for new things, new ways of presenting things, so it makes me stay young, I'd like to think. So to try to stay one step ahead of them and stay current. The game has changed, and so trying to keep up with the game to make sure that they're going out and trying to be the best that they can be.
She's a 1 in a million. Like, I'm blessed, and I know it. And she impacted my life. I think she made me a very good person. You know, I mean, it took me a long time to get there, but I never forgot her lessons, and she's such a great person. You just always wanted to be around her.
It is impossible to measure how many people Linda Adams has influenced, but now she hopes the next generation of players will add to her legacy.
When things happen, the kids always say, I'll say, oh my gosh, who would have believed this? I'll have to put this in my book. And they'll say, is this book worthy? And so the only thing I can say now is that they are the book. So, and whatever they've done from this point on, I don't have time to write the book. So whatever they do, they're the book. So I guess that's how I would wrap it up.
Here, everybody, look up. Say Adams.
Adams!
Yay!